If you want to make a hole in a precise location on a piece of metal, it helps to use some marking fluid. That's the blue dye I'm painting on here. It takes a minute or two to dry by itself. If you're in a hurry, you can use some compressed air. I would suggest starting with the air nozzle at a little bit of a distance. Once the fluid is dry, you can use a carpenter's square to measure from the edge of the metal and a scribe to score a line in the surface of the metal that shows up brightly against the dark marking fluid. Once you have your location marked, you can use a metal punch to make a dimple in the surface of the metal. That will help the drill bit stay centered. To use the punch, hit it once firmly with a hammer. Here's an overview of the small benchtop drill presses we have in the shop. They each have an adjustable table that can swing side to side, tilt, and be raised or lowered. The table clamp is here on the left. The vertical adjustment is on the right. When setting up the drill press, adjust the table height according to the size of the drill bit and the thickness of your material, and then clamp it tightly in place. Always double check that the table is clamped before you begin. Having chosen the style of drill bit you're going to use, insert the shank of the bit in the center of the jaws of the chuck and tighten it by hand. Make sure that the drill is centered and that the jaws of the chuck are not damaging the flutes of the drill bit. Finish by using a chuck key to tighten the drill securely. Depending on the type of material you're cutting through and the size of the drill bit, you will need to adjust the speed of the drill press spindle. Consult a drill speed reference chart or ask a shop technician, and then open the top of the drill press, where you will see two sets of pulleys and a diagram showing the position of the drive belt and the resulting speeds. You can loosen the tension on the belt and then raise or lower it into the correct position. Retension the belt and clamp it in place. The last controls to mention are the feed handle, where you can raise and lower the drill bit, and the on and off switch. Now that we've made a mark and a metal punch on this angle iron, we're ready to put it on the drill press to make our hole. I'll double check that the drill press table is at the correct height and that I've clamped it securely. Then I'll lower the drill bit until the tip of the bit settles into the dimple we made with our metal punch. That's the correct position, and now I'll clamp it in place. Gently at first, so I don't wiggle it, and then I'll go back and tighten them really firmly. All the materials you drill on the drill press table must be clamped securely before you begin. Double check that the speed of the drill press is at the correct setting for the size drill bit you're using and the material that you're cutting through. And if it's metal you're cutting through, be sure to add some lubricating oil or cutting fluid. This keeps the bit from overheating and dulling during the cut. Double check the position and we're ready to go. You'll notice that the drilling action produces heat, a little bit of smoke, and some sharp metal shavings. Try to avoid sweeping the shavings off with your fingers because they can cut you. Instead, use a brush to clean off your material. When you're finished, you'll notice also that the underside of the hole often has a sharp metal edge or a burr. To clean that off, use a flat file. The file's hardened teeth work in one direction only. Always push it forward to cut the softer metal below. Once we've done this, there will no longer be a sharp edge around the hole.